Chainsaw Man. Get ready for a 15-minute or less review today, friends.
Well, R.I.P. the Simp Brigade, right? Like,
R.I.P. What?
The Simp Brigade.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I mean, but how many R.I.P.s can you give to someone if they keep coming back?
yeah, true. I mean, it's very, very symbolic that the final battle is. Oh, and by the way, suck our fucking dicks. We were right.
Yeah, and you know what? At this point, that's going to be a separate video. We've talked about it enough in the reviews. We were right. The series is ending. We're gonna have a whole separate video on that, honestly. So we're gonna fucking spare you this time, okay? But there will be a called that shit orchestra essentially at some point. I'm gonna hire strippers. We're gonna go to the fucking. We're gonna go to Vegas. We can't right now because of fucking COVID. Damn it.
I mean, technically we can.
No, we can't. It's bad. Anyway. Let's talk about this chapter. Also, David, stay close to your mic because your fucking audio is just in and out for me. I don't know why.
Anyway, like we're right in this fucking graveyard with the zombie brigade.
We're gonna go point by point here, and because of how this chapter is laid out, it's mostly just gonna be wasn't that fucking awesome because it really is just action. First thing I want to talk about is the zombies raising from their graves and then using the cross sticks as weapons. That's just fucking awesome, and I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but it seems like one of those things that's retroactively so obvious, but I fucking love it.
It is beautiful, like. Straight up, you got the Walking Dead using their goddamn gravestones as fucking weapons. And can we just talk about on page 2-3,
right?
The tentacle intestine zombie there.
Oh, maybe you don't remember, and I'll be very happy to finally have remembered something because I've been recently rereading. That actually is the zombie devil.
Yo, you're right.
Yep, from the first fucking chapter, my man.
Shit.
Yep.
I forgot how disgusting he was.
Dude.
First time, you're right though. Like
that's why zombies are coming up. She's just using the zombie devil.
Oh man, I feel dumb.
That's why this. No, that's okay, man. I get it. Like the only reason I remember that is because I've just been rereading it. Rereads are very useful. The fucking what's great about this too, like this just solidifies how final battle this feels. Using the first antagonist, like the very first chapter, devil coming back here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because remember, that was the first thing Denji fought was a horde of fucking like mafia zombies,
and also a tomato devil.
Well, okay, I meant more Denji when he was merged. First thing Chainsaw Man fought in the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Never forget the tomato devil. Okay, people sleep on the tomato. Can we power scale the tomato devil?
I mean, it's seemingly a common allergy, so I guess
I want to see someone with a tomato allergy fight that. That becomes a whole different fight at that point.
So you want to green screen that and let me fight it?
Oh, do you have a tomato? Oh, you do! I forgot!
Yeah.
Oh my god, David contributes to the tomato devil's power. No, straight up, I remember one of the first times we hung out, I wanted you to go to Buffalo Wild Wings with me. And then we did, and then you ate some sauce that you thought didn't have tomatoes in it, but then it did, and then it fucked you up for the rest of the day. And then you've been scared to go there with me ever since.
Well, that was when EpiPens were like $1,000 fucking too. So yeah, that was a real fear.
Wow, good times, huh? Yeah. So let's just fucking analyze this action. All right, are you guys ready for Red's Hunter x Hunter reference of the day?
Oh, you love to flex those muscles, don't you?
I just have to, bro. I'm sorry. The thing he's doing where he lifts up like part of the road or the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
That's straight up going Freak's move. That's out of his playbook. Like that became. It wasn't even like he just did that once in Hunter x Hunter. He did that multiple times. Like it was like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He kept just lifting the ground in that tournament. So yeah, that gave me vibes of that, which I love. Now and then moving on from there, I love that Makima, like she's got this shit so on wrap that she doesn't even have to like lift a finger to get her squad to fight for her. She just goes, She literally just that thing was flying at her. She's like, and then they just go into action like bam.
Oh yeah, it's a power trip in and of itself. Like literally, she has these devils, these fiends, these simps so trained that it's one of the most wild things I've ever seen in a fucking manga. We get a lot of shit for saying like wanting it to end, but like
we don't want it to end. No one said that. We just I hate that shit.
Like it's just implied that we keep saying it's ending. But like literally, I'm gonna be hella sad when this ends because this is a very, very unique story that we've been seeing for the last year and a half, 2 years. And just going through, like, the fucking Katana Boy here, getting his head cut open, the fucking arrow shit, all of these fucking fiends getting annihilated, and then the most trouble he had was with the fucking zombies. That's what's so fucking wild about this.
Hey, man, power in numbers sometimes, straight up.
Yeah, it's just like these ultra-powerful beings rip zombies. I'm overwhelmed. It's so fucking cool to see.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's something that you see in anime a lot, but it's really not realistic. This idea that, like I think of, like, Cell versus, like, the army in Dragon Ball Z. Like, when they send in the literal whole army, and, like, the bullets are just plinging off of him, and he just goes, and they're done. But, like, in real life, like, no one is that powerful. We're, like, and obviously this isn't real life either, but, like, this manga is a bit, I don't know how to put it. Like, it's not one of those manga that, like, does that, like, trope usually, where it's like, oh, well, there's thousands of people and then one person and the thousands are just fucked, right? Unless it's, like, the Gun Devil or Makima, I suppose. But, like, with Denji, he's never really felt like that kind of character where, like, he's just gonna fucking wipe the floor with, like, this even happens in One Piece, like, where Luffy uses his armament haki to knock out, like, 50,000 scrubs. And I can appreciate that, you know? Power in numbers is important. Also, I just want to talk about the choreography here. One of my favorite, I'm on pages 6 to 7, and one of my favorite just shots here is when, I assume, is this the... It's hard for me to tell who this is, the one that, like, grabs him, and then, like, that's a Spear Devil, right?
I'm guessing this.
It's just really cool because Denji's in midair after wiping out
Katana Boy.
Yeah, Katana Boy, and then, like, the spear one comes in, grabs him by his back, and then, like, instead of it's not even just like he stabs him with a spear. He grabs. At least it looks like to me. Maybe now that I'm looking at it and I'm questioning it, but it's cooler this way, so I'm gonna headcanon this. It looks like he grabs Denji by the back and then grabs his spear and just goes like, "I have a pen. I have an pineapple pen."
Yes, pretty much like, I have a spear.
I have a Denji. I have a spear.
Spear Denji. It would have been even cooler if he used him as a fucking weapon.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Now I have a spear, and on the spear is a chainsaw. And then we have the Whammon come in, obviously. You got the Whip Devil and Rize, fucking rest in peace Rize, Bomb Devil, coming in. He fucking does some crazy acrobatic Naruto shit, flipping around, getting them all with his feet and his arms. It's just, this is going to be, once again, this is incredible here. It's going to be even more incredible in the anime.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, the zombies, and then the zombies are badass, too, because one of them jumps on him, straight up has that shit, like, just to stab him through the heart. And then, I think my favorite bit here is they're all in a pile, and then Makima, just as, like, a fucking flex, is like, all right. So I guess I'm gonna assume Makima is like ordering all. I don't know if they're like acting like on their own or if Makima is like giving them orders subconsciously. What do you think on that?
I think she's kind of leading them in a way.
Yeah. But either way, someone made the decision to like just as it's so extra. Like we have a pile of zombies on Denji, and you see him about to escape. Like the chainsaw comes out, and then it's just like, okay, now burn the bodies. Just
Yeah, so I love one bit of dialogue here, because there's very, very fucking little in this
Is it
chapter.
The merchandised part?
Yes.
Yeah, I did want to talk about that too.
Fucking capitalism has ruined Denji.
You know what's funny? When I read that, because this manga is fucking out there, and it wouldn't surprise me if they ever did this. I read that line, and I'm waiting for it to become like this weird meta fourth wall breaking thing. Like, I was waiting for, because if this mangaka really wanted to jump the shark, jump the beam, if you will, rest in peace, Beam. He could have done some wild shit where like Makima, like the manga we're reading right now was part of Makima's plan to like make people like root for Chainsaw Man.
Oh my god.
That's kind of what I almost was, because it's the way you read it here. The world has accepted Chainsaw Man. They're turning him into a merchandise character for consumption now. That's what happened. We are reading him as a merchandise character for consumption.
Yeah, we really are. It's fucking wild. Like,
so I want this series to end. What if the series ends and it's just like Makima writing this series?
And I was Bugs Bunny in this bitch.
Like if we go full Undertale with this, where like the characters are like aware they're in a fucking thing, like, oh please, it'd be so stupid, but like I kind of respect it.
I wish Thurman was in this, because like there is like that episode of Looney Tunes where like Bugs Bunny was trolling Daffy. like that by creating the fucking scenarios he was in, where he just completely said fuck the fourth wall. I'm going to troll him.
Amazing.
So like that's what this would be if Makima was just like creating fucking Chainsaw Man, the manga behind the fourth wall. That's what it reminds me of. And like everything that we see here, like him being like merchandise for our consumption, we're seeing him the fear because he is a toy, a fucking book, a stage play, whatever you
The only problem with that theory, I have to hop in here though, is that I don't if this was like if the manga we were reading was from her perspective, she wouldn't have painted herself as like a bad person, I feel.
I mean, depends on how much she wants the world to fear her too.
Oh, that's a good point. This is such a dumb theory.
But like literally, like that's a way to create an immense amount of fear, is write yourself as the villain. You know? So like that would be one way she could fucking contribute to it.
Again, I don't actually believe this.
Oh
it
God.
would just be, but like there was a split second when I was reading that where I was like, it's kind of weird how like we're talking about how he's a merchandised character for consumption now, and that's like how we view him too. Like the lines are blurring here.
Exactly, they really are. And then you have this badass shot here on page
of the flaming corpses.
Oh yeah, that and the 14-15, where it's like the
flaming. Oh my God, yes, him fucking grabbing two gravestones or like crosses as like a way to slingshot himself out of the flaming corpse pile to kill and he's so close to kicking Makima here. Like this shot here was the one that really solidified to me. Denji's done fucking around. Denji's done simping. He is going for the kill on Makima. Like he straight up was like, I don't care. I'm killing you.
Exactly, and like here is like the community getting brought into it again today. Is like there's the whole joke that like there's not a lot to fucking see here because we're going to have like the primordial arc and all this. Like you really don't understand how little Fujimoto gives a fuck about wrapping things up.
Oh yeah.
Like I could see this ending next fucking chapter, like
if you wanted to. Yeah, like again, go and read Fire Punch. I haven't read it myself yet, but I have many friends who have. All of them have said the same thing to me. This is an author that will not answer all your questions. All your questions will not even be close to being answered.
Yeah, so I can see this wrapping up next week, and then we
go to I think almost every manga I've ever read has at least like a hey, we're going into the last like couple chapters here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe that's what the entering the final phase announcement was. Like,
no, I'm David. I disagree. I think that maybe we could hit 100. I think that'd be a cool 99 to 100. I think that'd be neat.
I wanted to end at 98 or 100, so I don't have to pay Ann Arbor money.
Yeah, I mean, if I was an author at this point, I'd go for an even 100 just for OCD's sake.
Yeah, like, but I can see this fight wrapping up. Couple of like going to hell, rescuing power. Well, and then escaping hell and having some normal life.
Maybe. I more expected to end unhappily, I'll be honest. Now, and that, as you talk about it wrapping up, let's talk about where we're going from here, which is hype as fuck. Okay? Makima deactivating all of her fucking controlled puppets and basically being like, listen, mano-y-mano, Denji, let's go. Yeah!
You're going one-on-one with the Undertaker.
I mean, that's just cool. And the way she does it, too. So much style. That's what makes a villain, man. Like to me, motivation, style, villain, bro. Like the fact that, her little bang power, I love it so much. Like, it's so simple, but it's so fun to watch. And for her to just point at her own hand, bang. She could have easily just, like, gone up to one of the crosses and gave herself a little cut. No, she did it like that.
Yeah. Like, I'm going extra today.
It's so extra. And probably, and even canonically, it makes sense because we all know once she wants it to, that injury will go to a random Japanese citizen. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's just awesome. So that's very exciting to see a Makima v. Denji. How is that fight going to play out? Because her power is control. So, I mean, we know. I'm trying to remember we've seen her do the bang stuff before. We've seen her do the shit where she can crush people, but she needs sacrifices for that. Although I imagine she has plenty of sacrifices as the control devil. So all the way we've seen her fight has been not really mano-y-mano, like fisticuffs type shit. It's more of like wacky extra final moves in a fighting game type shit. So how the hell is this one-on-one gonna go?
So hypothesis time. The puppets are her sacrifices here. Like straight up, that she's going to use
for sure,
them.
yeah. I'm sure she's gonna do a lot of wacky that. But what I'm saying is like that's a hard fight to write. Now, if any author can do it, it's this author. But like the fighting styles of these two characters don't really mesh very well in terms of like how to write an easy to follow fight. I'm sure he'll do it, but it's like it's interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, there's so fucking much potential here for insanity though, and that's where Fujimoto thrives is the realm of insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Because as the H.P. Lovecraft fan here, like there's a lot of nods to Lovecraftian horror, like especially the flesh tornado bit. Like that was so all of the madness that you see in this fucking manga kind of borders on that, and some Junji Ito shit, which also takes a lot of nods from Lovecraftian horror. But what I can see going on here is like Makima has powers we've never seen before, because this is somebody that Kishibe fears, and Kishibe being touted as the top of the verse, minus like Quan, like that's the one person that like you have rivalry with.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think one of the reasons he's considered like top of the verse is because I don't think people knew how powerful Makima was. Like, remember, I rereading the series, there's scenes where Makima is like talking to like board like officials on like board members and shit, and they're talking down to her. They're like, "Fuck you, bitch! Like we tell you what to do," type. You know what I mean? So like they I don't think anyone really knew that she was the control devil, that she had all this power. Like, she was clearly masquerading as just like a normal human for a long time.
She definitely was, and that's the very much interesting bit here that we have, because she's able to blend in with society so fucking well that she's cultivated this almost mystique in being able to get everything she wanted for so long that once her cover, so to speak, was blown, it created this act of desperation. And you see her scrambling to meet her endgame. This is a woman that does not care if she's erased from society, if she's eaten by the Chainsaw Man. This is a woman that does not care where she stands in the annals of time, if she's loved or hated, as long as her goals are met. But
and that's something that always blows my mind is people that are like, they want to achieve their goal, but they don't care if they're there for it. Because like, I'll be honest, that's something I don't really have. Like the whole point of achieving a goal for me is to be there to experience the victories. Mm-hmm. If achieving my goal involves me sacrificing myself for it, I know it's not very honorable, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I could have the, I don't know, motivation to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Like there are ways that this, depending on what side of history you're on, like that sacrifice is seen as noble, yes, or it's seen as horrific.
Well, my genuine take on all this is always that the people that make those kind of decisions, I feel like it's almost always made in like the fight or flight area of the brain. You know what I mean? Like you're like, for example, if you see like your child about to be hit by like a car, and you Yu Yu Hakusho style push that bitch out of the way, right? Like that. If you sat down and really thought about that shit, there would probably be a lot more like hesitation, like, oh God, like am I ready to die? And then you'd think about it more, and the more you'd think about it, the more you'd second guess it, and then you wouldn't do it. But the only reason you're doing that shit is because it's just like instinct, you know? So I feel like a lot of the people that make like those sacrifices are doing it on instinct, at least unless they literally just do not fear death, which is something I can't fathom personally.
Yeah, well, so time for David to get canceled. The most common one you see this in is in war, sacrificing yourself for country, for man. But if you sat down,
when that brainwashing be hitting good, though.
Yeah, when the brainwashing be hitting good, the recruiter got to you, you got through basic, got through your regular training, you got all the way to the fucking, let's just say like Iraq or Afghanistan, and you're next to like 17 other people that if you gave two shits about your own life, You would not sacrifice yourself for IRL. Like, if you were outside of the scenario of war, would you really care if the person next to you died?
Oh yeah. Well, that like that brainwashing, that kind of making you feel like your death means something is how they propagate war. You know what I mean? Because if everyone there, because every soldier there, they don't want to die, they don't want to be fighting there, but they've been told that it's necessary. In some cases it is. If you're fighting a defensive war where you're being attacked, and there's no other choice, obviously. But like the ones I'm talking about are where you have like, this country, let's say the UK's soldiers and America's soldiers are in random bumfuck Middle Eastern country that didn't attack us, wants nothing to do with us, and they're dying. And it takes someone to think, like, why are we here, actually? Why are we? I don't know these people. Was it Muhammad Ali that they tried to draft him to Vietnam, and he was draft dodging, and he was like, Vietnam, no one in Vietnam ever did shit to me, but America done all the shit to me.
I think it was Muhammad Ali. Yeah, it's just like the amount of brainwashing it takes. And that's effectively the reason I brought up war is that's the power that Makima has here. It's almost like on that recruiter level of like, I will sit there, control, brainwash, and destroy your every being.
I mean, he's got this squad, or excuse me, she's got this squad with her. Literally, the canonical reason is like they're fighting for a date for her. And like, I'm sure she's, her power has something to do with that. But like, that's what they think. They are willing to do this just to get a little bit of that Makima coochie.
Yeah, like
spare coochie, please.
Like that's, but think about the fucking real world. Like, brain work here.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, well, if you're failing, then I'll hop in real quick. Do you think Makima? What I want to know is this her devil form? Is this Makima's devil form, or is she like in a disguised body? Is this a fiend? Do we know that?
That's a good question. Like, I honestly don't know. I really don't know, and that's probably one of the answers we'll never see. This could be like a goddamn mod soul for a fucking
yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense for a devil of control to look like just like a normal human, because you're a lot more likely to be controlled by like a hot whammon than like a grotesque fucking eldritch horror nightmare. And also, like, I don't know, because I mean, I want to know if she like made this body, like if she got to choose her disguise, because if so, I want to make a comment about how she definitely fucking purposefully gave herself a dump truck ass, and probably the best coochie. We have thousands of scientists. We have thousands of hell scientists looking into the optimal coochie, ma'am.
Does she have that WAP though?
Yeah, it's like scientifically perfect. Like, there's a stupid. All right, are you ready for a stupid hentai reference? Have you seen? It's one of the weirdest hentai I've ever read. But it's like a woman who, every man she's with, like she assumes that all men have like premature ejaculation, because like every time she sleeps with men, like they just can't get her off. But then so. And she's like never orgasmed ever, so she's like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking agree to do like porn and get like a bunch of dudes with like 12-inch dicks fucking me or whatever, like in a row. So they get like 50 dudes with like huge cocks, and she's like, finally I'm going to be able to come, it's gonna be great. But it turns out that she just has this like just godly fucking pussy. And like dudes that have like fucked for like 12 hours straight, just stick it in her, and they just immediately come. And she's like, god damn it.
When the pussy be so good.
That's canonically, I'm stating it now, that is Makima's. Think about it.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. How are you gonna control otherwise? You have to demasculinate the man. You have to make the man feel like he's nothing to you. You don't need him, he needs you. Also, pages 18 to 19. Are you there?
Yeah, I've been there.
All right, upper right corner. Bruh. that is literally
that face of disgust.
That not even just that. Have you ever seen the Simpsons pathetic meme?
Yes.
It's literally that.
Yes.
And I saw a tweet.
Somebody got it.
I saw a tweet, and it was like, man, Fujimoto really not hiding his fucking kinks.
He's really not. He does not give a shit if the world knows that he likes to be dominated.
Here. Just look at this. Look up pathetic meme, everyone, please.
Yes. Oh, good God.
I love it.
It's literally like there's that, and then there's an old hentai that I read back when I was in fucking high school, where it's like a face of, you disgust me, when they found their fucking stepbrother's porn and
Oh yeah,
all of his
classic.
tags. I'm like, that was the face. I'm like, I'm glad other people remember this shit.
Well, I guess I don't know where we go from here. I'm excited for this one-on-one. I still assume Kishibe and maybe even Kobani are doing some shit behind the scenes to try to fuck over Makima here. I'm looking forward to it. Final thoughts for you?
I know that's for me. Is like, I'm ready to get canceled.
What do you mean? You didn't do anything?
No, like the fucking war bashing there.
Please, you can't make that comment when if we've said worse things, which we have, then you can't even make that comment.
Exactly. Like, we created.
Step up your game if you want to get canceled, David.
Oh God, yeah. Like, we created the hentai devil. I mean, I technically could have got canceled if we were to ever get a fucking sponsorship with what almost accidentally leaked out of my Twitter.
Here's what we'll do to get canceled. Wait until one of our family members is on like life support, and then we sneak into the hospital and unplug the life support for the internet clout as like a vlog. So mean.
I mean, technically, my parents are closer to that. So,
I wasn't gonna say it. That's so mean. I can't. That's too mean. That's so mean. My heart hurts from saying that.
Well, I mean, my mom doesn't want to be on life support.
Okay,
so,
all right. So unplugging my mom's life support for the clout, all caps, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Not clickbait. Gone wrong, gone wild, gone viral.
Yeah. So look forward to that.
Are you sure, David? Are you sure you want that in the video?
Who the fuck cares? My mom
Are
said
you
to
sure?
fucking unplug. My mom said to unplug me before, so why the fuck not?
Okay, I was just trying to say some edgy shit for the meme, and then it got too real. There you go. You fucking did this. You wanted to be canceled. Jesus.
And with that, peace.
I guess.